what you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
That's right. That's right. And boy, I tell you, there's a lot of stuff going on in this upside down world. Apparently, I agree with Liz Cheney on a particular tweet. We're going to talk about that. We got JD Vance's boss move. Oh my gosh, guys, wait till you see this. This is amazing. We've got a lot going on with stolen valor from the military, stolen valor from high school football sports, guys, with Tim Walz. Shady Groove, come on in here because there's so much going on. Also, Shady and I would like to let you guys know that we are on rumble.com/MG Show. We're on Facebook, mgshow.link/Jeff with 2 F's and FB. So Jeff FB. We're also on kick.com/MG Show, kick.com/MG Show. We're also on Red State Talk Radio, redstatetalkradio.com. Or use your spy device. Say tune in to Red State Talk Radio. Shady, get on in here. We got so much to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about on this Thursday of the MG Show. That is a fact. JD Vance, really impressive yesterday, everybody. I hope that you saw that. If not, we've got it for you right here. And all of the different things that are coming out right now about Tim Walz. Oh, my goodness. What a nutty pick that Kamala Harris has made. I wonder if she picked him because she picked him or if she picked him because she was needing to pick somebody that was dumber than her. Because if that was the case, she succeeded.
Russian BO7 says, Jeff agrees with Liz Cheney. Unsubscribed, angry face.
Oh, no, you got rid of one already.
Dang it.
Damn it.
Oh, my gosh, you guys are awesome. Red Pill Pusher says, hello, MG Show fam. Once again, MG Show live link not showing up when I go to Rumble. I have to access it through Poussin. Post on X. Rumble Rick at Rumble. Okay, wow. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, guys. But
I don't know either.
Rumble.com/MG Show. Look for the live link if you're looking for it. Also, I dare you to share on Facebook. We got our show on Facebook. Let's go see what's going on over here on Facebook. We've got Shannon saying, let's go. And Jeffrey, those two guys. I don't know who those guys are. Make sure you go over and follow Shannon Townsend, guys. Karen is out there. Rob is out there. You guys are rock. I don't know where my buddy is yet. Steve, where are you at? Come on, Steve.
He had to go to the grocery store.
No, he drives a truck.
Oh, okay.
And he's an amazing guy. We went to high school. We started off in middle school, 6th grade, all the way through high school. He bullied me for a little bit, but we became really good friends. It was amazing. He's an amazing guy. He's got an amazing family now. And he's looking for answers, just like everybody here on the MG Show is and always will be.
Well, I'm hoping that I've found a number of the people that I grew up with, maybe that are coming around a little bit now that have realized that we're doing this. And so welcome, Facebook. Much love.
Yep. Oh, Jeff is here. Jeff, what is up, my friend, dude? We've been through a lot together too. Another one that it was after high school, through my roommate Keith, that I met Jeff. Jeff, good to see you here today, my friend. Love you, bro. Yeah. Wow, man. We're starting to get out the word a little bit on the Facebook land, but just remember, rumble.com/MG show is where you want to go, just in case. Guys, make sure you get over there and subscribe. Christian's out there. John is out there. Guys, thank you, guys. Keep commenting. Keep sharing. We've got 6 shares, 10 comments, 6 reactions. Good job sharing. Renee is out there. Renee, hello. You guys are awesome. So thank you very much for joining us on Facebook. We're trying to grow that audience, and we are severely censored, just so you know.
Yeah, we are like literally the most censored. If you don't know, this is the most censored show ever to attempt to air in America.
Yeah, absolutely. Renee says, great to hear some truth on Facebook. I know, right? I mean, it's crazy. Speaking of truth, we have an interview tomorrow. We're going to invite Scott McMahon tomorrow. Scott McMahon is exposing the information warfare targeting conservatives by the deep state. His Substack is biggertruth.substack.com. You can follow him on Twitter at biggertruth. We've been, just kind of comparing notes, Shady, and I think it's time.
Yeah, because the notes compare.
Yeah. So Bigger Truth, who's actually he's an independent journalist, right? And he's not paid for by, certain people that tried to, usurp this movement. He's actually doing a great job. We're going to talk to him tomorrow a little bit about what's going on with Tina Peters tomorrow, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about Ivan Ranklin and General Flynn tomorrow, so you're not going to want to miss it tomorrow.
And the Arizona debacle.
And the Arizona debacle as well. Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. Right, Liz? We're gonna, we are a news organization. We're gonna report the news. We know how you feel, and now we're gonna see how Scott feels.
Yep.
What do you think, Jenny?
I like it.
Okay, and we've got a special birthday announcement today. Eddie Mike is now 24 years old. 24, Eddie Mike.
24. Oh my goodness! What a young pup.
Eddie Mike is 24 today. God bless you, Eddie Mike. We love you.
We really do. Thank you so much for all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that you're doing, sir. We greatly appreciate it. I know that it's been trouble or a little bit of a tough time for your family right now. We're still praying for you and everybody out there.
Yeah. Let's see. Debbie's out there. Tanya's out there. Jarrett is out there. Christian is out there. Again, somebody's saying you can't find my Facebook Live. Again, go to mgshow.link, all lowercase, mgshow. Type that in your browser, mgshow.link/JEFFFB. There you will find it. All right. With that, guys, we got a lot going on today. We've got a lot going on today. So let's get into it. Yeti, roll that beautiful boom footage. We'll be right back.
The MG Show.
Learn more about Arabella Advisors, the dark money behemoth who is public enemy number 1.
Hello, this is Jeff Peterson from the MG Show. Shady and I are so thankful to our viewers and listeners on the podcast and rumble.com/MG Show live 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. East and Brighteon.tv. If you guys want to help support this show, please help us with the sponsors, MyPillow, Sovereign Advisors, etc. We want to make sure that you understand the best way for you to help our show, because we're not funded by Pfizer. We're funded by you. And this is citizen journalism, independent citizen journalism. This is the best way to support us. This is our mg.show/donate site. This $17 a month one is really awesome. I don't know why I like that number. Then there's also, that's recurring. Then there's also one-time donation, and there are other ways to donate as well. Buy us a coffee and give, send, go. But please, we really need your help to fight this battle every day and bring you content on our website. We've got a new blog too. So get over there, check out the content that we're delivering to you every day. Thank you guys. God bless. Hello, it's Jeffrey Peterson and Shannon Townsend with the MG Show. We are under relentless attack by the mainstream media. They've got our PayPal, our Patreon, our YouTube, our everything, you name it. We are under attack. We need your help.
Our request is for you to get involved and support independent patriot journalism here in this critical battle that we are in for America. Please jump on over and support us right here on Give, Send, Go.
The MG Show. What real independent journalism looks like.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know you can get our 6-piece My Towels, regular $69.98, now only $29.98. Or you can save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels, made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Also, we have bath sheets, bath towels, washcloths, hand towels, and so much more. And the best part, with your promo code, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Towels, and for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
And welcome back to the MG Show, where we've got MyPillow, mypillow.com. Use that code MG Show anywhere on that site. 800-873-0478. That's 800-873-0478. I want to real quick just thank a couple of people here. Rambler, $17, Rumble Rant. No inflation on this channel, just keeps getting more and more valuable. Oh, God bless you. Thank you for that. We've also got, let's see, we've got M. McKinnon, 88, says WWG1WGA. Thank you so much for that $17 Rumble Rant. Appreciate you. Real Iron Eagle, happy birthday to Eddie Mike. That's a $2 so shiny Rumble Rant. $2. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Eddie Mike, 24 today.
I thought Yeti was going to give him a so shiny.
Yeah. Jay.
So shiny.
There we go.
There it is. JG1LT. Yeti's also working on audio. That's why he slipped up a little bit. But we're trying to fix out. We got a little clipping we don't know. We're trying to fix it. But JG1LT says Tina Peters is a gold star mom and hero who fights. Yes, but who's fighting with her? And why is she failing? That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, and what did they do to put her in this position?
Mm-hmm. We will talk all about that tomorrow, my friend. All right, so let's get into Like a Boss.
This is amazing.
Like a boss, Shady.
That did not come off strong.
Wait.
Like a boss.
That's a little better.
A little better. All right, but creepy. But we're weird. So don't worry about it. We're just weird. You know, they say we're weird. We're going to be weird because you guys are off the charts weird. So check this out. This is JD Vance. Check this out. My God, this was so epic. Here we go.
President here. I figured I'd come by and wanted to say good luck to the plane. Hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months, but I also thought you guys might get lonely because the vice president doesn't answer questions from reporters and hasn't for 17 days. Have they give you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that she changes her mind because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with a teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See ya. What would you like to hear from her? I'd love her to answer your questions. I'd love her to just answer what she wants to do and also explain why every single position she has changed. She pretends to be a prosecutor, yet she pretends to be a tough on crime prosecutor, and yet here she is wanting to defund the police. She's the war czar, yet she's opened up the American southern border. This is a person who has to answer the questions from the media, and it's disgraceful that she runs for you guys. It's also insulting for the American people. But anyway, we're going to go do our event. I appreciate you guys being here. I wish she paid you some more attention. See ya.
Like a boss, Shady Groove. Based AF, yo. That was based AF, guys. Wow.
We do a little trolling.
We do a little trolling. We like to do a little trolling, guys. And JD taking a page out of what would Donald Trump do? And that's it right there. And I don't know if you saw in the background, you had a bunch of little Girl Scout people there. They're using the Girl Scouts, Shady Groove, as a wall to wall off the press from asking Walz and Harris questions, Shady. Did you see that?
I did. There's some sort of irony there, isn't there?
It's weird, guys. It's weird.
You're going to use the Girl Scouts as your border wall.
Wow. It's weird. Like, how do you, oh my gosh, it's so wild. Let me just get to that. So this is JD Vance. Okay, wait, that's JD. I'm just trying to actually, sorry guys. I thought I had it right here at my fingertips, but apparently, Shady,
it slipped up in the feed.
We do this show live. All right, so this is it. So basically, it's like a reporter goes, your response to allegation of stolen valor. Walz, oh, you little kids. Oh. Reporter, your response to allegations of stolen valor. Walz runs away. Check this out.
He's out of here.
This is great. Oh, my God.
Governor, Vance accused you of stolen valor. Your response. Governor. Governor, Vance accused you of stolen valor. Your response.
I don't talk to the press.
I'm running. Run. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, if he continues this for the next 3 months, he's going to get in good shape running from the press.
He will. And I want to address something. Independent Sentinel says having horse semen pumped from your tummy is weird and it's fake, guys.
Yeah, that's not real.
It's not real. We have so much real stuff to go over about Tim Walz. We don't need that. And not to say that, we've been fooled. That organization that printed that is a news aggregator out of India, and it was a personal blog post that ended up in their news aggregator, quote, end quote, news aggregator, and it was it's F&G, what we say in the Anon community. Yes, and the psyopers are out there passing it around like wildfire. I saw even Alex Jones is passing it around. Yeah, of course. They want to, and I'm sorry if you fell for it, because I did for a second too, but what do I have to do, Shady? I have to go dig on it, right? You have to go look, right? I have to go look. So let's go ahead and address that real quick, because, we have way too much in order to... We don't need this. We don't need it. I mean, there's way too much. Let me see. Shady dropped it in here. Let me just go see. Wait, what? All right. So basically, this is a false rumor alleging Minnesota Governor Tim Walz consumed that and it was hospitalized. Bennett Coleman and Company is the company that came from. It looks like a news article, but it's not. It's a blog post. We can do a lot with AI today, and we'll talk about that with Kamala Harris in a second. But Bennett Coleman and Company is a news aggregator based in Mumbai, India. Okay. These sites are difficult to verify, and this remark is an anonymous blog post. Evaluate all the claims at your own discretion, guys. Use your discernment, okay, guys? I know, J-Bo, I'm sorry. That's why I'm trying to make sure that it's not true, okay? It's not true. He never did do that, so you can eat your lunch now and not worry about it. Sorry. I think you ruined his lunch. He said I'm eating lunch. I'm sorry, dude. All right. So, but it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. So I just want you guys to understand that we have so much on this guy. I mean, we've got the Swift boat, basically part 2, right? Remember when they Swift boated John Kerry? Now they're Swift boating. What's his nut? Tim Walz. And so, I want to go back up to, let me just go to my Twitter here, because they're using CGI. This is the party of deception, guys. Okay. This you can confirm because you can actually see it. Let me go to it. This is the picture that Harry Scissor, what's his name?
Harry Sisson.
Harry Sisson. This is the image that he pulled up. Okay. Let me actually just save image as real quick. Hang on one second, guys. Let me just save this in here as an image. So that way I can actually blow it up for you. And we'll just do a live dig. Where did it go? Let me just move it over here. There it is. Okay, it's there. All right, so let me get the live image up here, Shady Groove. This is the image here, okay? Because I do this, I can go look at, let's like kind of, zoom in a little bit. Look at their phones. They're all different.
Okay. You didn't get it up yet.
That's what she's saying.
There you go. She did not say that.
No, she didn't. All right, so this is... When we fight, we win. Okay, right? Look at this screen. Does that look like anything that's happening? Does that look like anything that's happening? It's pointed at the back of this guy's head, So this is fake. And then what you want to do is you want to pay attention to thumbs and fingers. This is what CGI AI does, okay? It doesn't really know how to do hands very well yet. That's one of the big, the big things that you look for. So I'm
claw hands.
You see, like 5 fingers.
Right.
Like this guy's got a black arm and a white arm. And look at their screens, guys. Just take a look at the fakeness of this photo, guys. Why do you need to fake stuff? Why? Because you don't have a movement. How do you fool America that this is true? You have fake polls saying that she's winning in lead, swing states. Look at this, guys. Look at this is fake. Kamala. This is look at this. Does that look real?
No.
Use your,
It looks like that looks completely blurred in the middle.
Oh my God, it's so stupid.
And if it's a photograph, then you wouldn't have that effect on it.
That's right. That's right. And let me see. I think I think we actually have one nice photo of the weird hands. Let me see. Here we go. Open in browser. All right, let's see how many hands he's got. One weird pinky, another 2. He's got 6 fingers, Shady.
He's a Nephilim.
Yeah. And look at this guy's face.
That looks definitely like a triggered Democrat.
Yeah. Weird, guys. So guys, they're just lying to us. It's gaslighting. And your friends and family are like, oh, look at this Harry Scissor, whatever his name is like, saying that this stuff is real. It's not real.
And not to mention that they're gaslighting you with this, but they're also the people that are showing up, they're paying them to be there. And we have proof of that also.
Yeah, we do. And, I want to, Midnight Star Rider did a dig. Thank you so much. Because, let's just go into that real quick. Because here we go. This is another one. Yep. I mean, therefore I am posted it. It's a good post. But let's watch this young guy here. Check it out.
All right, guys, time for some drag queen story hour. So about a week ago, I received this email from a group called Palette Media or Palette Management.
Palette Media are the people that are paying Sisson, okay? Palette Media works with TikTok, okay? Palette Media, that's how you get big on TikTok is with Palette Media. Palette Media is also funded by the DNC. So when Harry Sisson says, I'm not paid by the DNC, he's telling you the truth, okay? Because he's being paid by Palette Media. You see how that works, guys? So let's keep going.
And basically what they were asking for is $1,500 for anti-Trump content on TikTok. So they basically sent me this kind of creator brief with all the asks that they have and everything, and do's and don'ts, don't show any form of support for Donald Trump and his allies, gloat about Harris and her allies, attack Trump supporters for their intellectual or personal values. So they're basically creating division and paying for division online, which is crazy. So me being me, I was like, I kind of got to investigate this stuff. So I started emailing back and forth with the lady. So I basically said, thank you for sending over. I will review. Is this for the Kamala campaign or for a PAX campaign? And basically I was able to investigate and find out that this is actually a campaign with Future Forward, which is kind of one of the biggest super PACs, and they have millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars for advertisements for the Biden campaign and for the Harris campaign. So of course I looked them up and I found out all this information about all the money that they have, and yeah, you can look up them right here. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to come on to show you guys that yes, I'll sell my booty, but I ain't gonna sell my values.
So you have Kamala and Biden campaign through Democrat dark money paying OnlyFans. That's why it was blurred out. That kid is an OnlyFans guy, and he happens to be not straight, and he's on OnlyFans, and he's a Trump supporter. So he's outing them. And Pallet Media is complicit. That's who pays Harry Sisser, whatever his name is. And who else do we have here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and Midnight Star Rider, thank you so much for this. But let's just go ahead and show you guys how to actually dig this, all right? This is how you dig on dark money. You go to Influence Watch, INFLUANCE Watch, all right? Google it. There they are, influencewatch.org, okay? Then you go over here and you say, what was it, forward? What was the name of it again?
Pallet Media?
No, forward.
Oh, forward. Oh,
Future Forward.
Future Forward, yes.
FutureForward. You guys need to learn how to do this yourself, and this is how you do it. This Influence Watch is Capital Research. There they are right there. It's a nonprofit. Let's go see who they are. Okay. Future Forward is a left of center. It's a far left that creates, advertises and submits petitions on a variety of issues, including economy, healthcare, welfare management, election laws. This is absolutely ridiculous, guys. Okay. So the organization is an affiliate of Future Forward USA PAC. The organization also has made considerable contributions, okay, to the Democrat Party politicians. How are they paid, right? Future Forward is led by Chauncey McLean. The organization is affiliate, right? We got that. Future Forward received $7 million in contributions, incurred $2.8 million in expenses, and possessed $4 million in net assets. In 2020, Future Forward received $150 million in revenue, spent $149 in expenses, and had $6.8 million in assets. According to 2021 990, Future Forward Action had revenue of $13 million, expenses of $16 million. 2020 election. Guess who they were targeting, guys? They made $61 million in contributions to the Future Forward PAC. So Future Forward USA made $61 million to their own PAC, the FF PAC, which in turn engaged more than $70 million in blitz spending campaign in support of Joe Corpse Biden. During the last 5 weeks of the presidential campaign since 2020 election, FF PAC has received roughly 77 million donations from their own people, Future Forward Action. It's just money laundering, moving money. Now, according to the tax forms, they received roughly $55.8 million from the Impetus Fund, a left-of-center nonprofit managed by for-profit consulting firm. Say it, Shady.
Arabella Advisors.
Yeah. Okay. No big influencer is talking about this yet. Why?
I have a feeling it's because they're associated with it.
So in addition to Future Forward, USA Action received donations from the other Arabella affiliated nonprofits, $15.2 million from the 1630 Fund, $6.7 from the North Fund, $6.7 million from Mark Elias's North Fund, and $1.8 million from the Hopewell Fund. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money laundering, Shady. And these people get their donations from foreign billionaires. Do you guys understand how disgusting this is? And nobody's talking about it. It chaffs my hide, Shady Groove.
Well, I'm telling you, the reality of the situation is that all of this, like everybody is like, they want to go out and they want to say, oh, well, this person's doing that and this person's doing that and this organization is doing that. Where do they get the money? Nobody is like digging into where the money really comes from. It's foreign billionaires. We've been saying it for literally 3 years now. Okay. And we still haven't been able to, we even have Donald Trump saying that Arabella Advisors is public enemy number one. It's because of what they're doing to manipulate the public. They're doing all these things to make it look like people are at events, to make it look like there was support for Joe Biden, to make it look like there was somehow contention about the Supreme Court nominees. There wasn't. It's all fake. Even right now with this whole Palestine thing, a huge amount of that is fake. I'm, just like anybody else, I'm concerned about human beings. I don't care if the human being is in Palestine or in Israel, but the momentum, what you're seeing in public, isn't real.
In 2023, right of center watchdog group Americans for Public Trust released a report detailing how several nonprofit organizations managed by billionaire and foreign national Hans-Jörg Wyss had donated roughly $475 million to several left-leaning nonprofits, including left-of-center grant-making organization Fund for a Better Future, Climate Power, which FBF is a parent company of.
That's $500 million. That's $500 million.
Uh-huh. So Future Forward USA Action Strategy Hub, way to win, to fund 20 million ad campaign promoting health, economic, environmental policies, and it basically socialism, communism, guys. So this is disgusting, folks. Nobody is talking about this. That kid did a great job by finding the Future Forward PAC. Okay, and understanding that is huge. And now we've got it tied back to our research that Q told us about. They all have foundations and institutes for a reason. Stupid. Okay. He also said that all assets, foreign and domestic, are activated, guys. Foreign, Hans-Jörg Wyss is Swiss. George Soros, foreign. Pierre Omidyar, foreign. Domestic, Bill Gates, and then the usurpment of the Q movement by certain 3 stars in general, if you can figure out who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And also with some of these people, we're seeing that it's not just like about posting or making posts online. They're also paying people to do long form content. I think that, like, for what was it, like a couple of minutes or a few minutes in your show, you could get $1,500, and if you do like a whole show, like $10,000 to do a show that is anti-Trump and pro-Kamala. So that they're targeting the influencers, and you can clearly see the same exact thing that is being done on the left by controlling influencers and paying them is being done on the right by controlling influencers and making it to where they're not able to participate or have access if they report on certain things that are corrupt within.
Yeah. Kino says their silence is deafening. Yeah, nobody's talking about it. So I put in the chat, I put Midnight Star Writers right there. Go there, retweet it out, make a comment, and it needs to get out there, guys. We need to get beyond the breakers here. We've got so many people in this movement trying to control it. I even went to MJ Truth, Shady Groove. He made a great post about it. These are great posts, and I'm not disparaging him. But can we talk yet? Can we talk yet about who's actually funding it, Shady? Can we do that yet?
Well, it doesn't do any good to complain about it and to not get to the bottom of it. This is like half research or half thought, whatever it is. Like it doesn't. We get that all the money is out there, but tell people where it's coming from so that they can realize that it's not actually coming from individuals who are sending money to the Democrat Party in America. It isn't. Almost none of it. Almost no Democrats are donating small amounts to the Democrat Party.
That's right. So this is it. And I'm not disparaging. I follow him and he follows me. I'm not disparaging MJ Truth Ultra at all. Okay. But I'm just asking the question. But let's just go through his post. There it is. Super Democrat PAC paying social media influencers $3,000 to $10,000 for videos scripted by the Harris campaign to bash Donald Trump. Kamala Harris's online support is fake. Amen. I agree with all this. These influencers are getting paid directly through the Democrat political organizations: American Bridge, Next Gen America, Community Change Action, Priorities USA Action, Future Forward. We just got them directly attached. Maybe we should go to all these other ones, okay? And find out if they've got Arabella advisor ties as well.
Almost certain they do.
He says, I wonder where all that money comes from. You guys all know.
I know exactly where every penny of it comes from.
Yeah. So sad to watch the youth of our country talk about things they don't fully understand, which will destroy our country, all for a paycheck that will be worth nothing if Harris wins. Let's just watch this report because, again, this is a great post, but it needs to go further. It's time, guys. It's time to cut the string of the foreign and domestic billionaires that are actually ruining our country, guys. This is how we stop the vote fraud. This is how we stop all these ads. This is how we stop paying $1,500 for a kid that posts on OnlyFans to bash. Oh my God, guys. Here we go.
Perhaps you've noticed our social media feeds are now a battleground in the race for the White House. And in this space, Democrats have deployed influencers to win over voters online. In tonight's Eye on America, Jolene Kent reveals their sophisticated and expensive tactics.
Look at the volume in this hair.
23-year-old Awasane made a name for herself dispensing beauty tips on TikTok.
I just peed in the White House.
So when she posted this video of her White House bathroom break, her 500,000 followers took notice.
I was just shocked. I was like, did you guys see that marble?
Sane, who met us in Houston, was one of a few dozen influencers invited to the White House to watch the State of the Union and meet President Biden.
He said to us, the collective presence in this room has more viewership on Gen Z than all of traditional media combined. So here's my birth control vlog.
It was this viral video she posted after the fall of Roe v. Wade
Over the United States in my uterus
that initially caught the attention of a Democratic super PAC. On the right, Turning Point USA has mobilized influencers for years, raising nearly $200 million since 2020.
You realize they're coming for you guys next.
Now, Democratic organizations are flooding the creator community with cash and providing behind-the-scenes access.
Come with me to meet the President of the United States.
We just have to be working with them, and if we're not, we're missing a huge way that voters are getting information about the world.
Rob Flaherty runs digital strategy, previously in the Biden White House and now for the Harris campaign.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
He called the highly memeable Harris a massive asset as the campaign reaches out to thousands of influencers.
What kind of coaching do you give influencers acting on behalf of the Harris campaign?
Talking points, resources, base language.
While Flaherty says the Harris campaign does not pay influencers directly, CBS News found a constellation of other Democratic political organizations that do. In May, Future Forward, the super PAC supporting Harris, hosted panels like Gaming the Algorithm and how advocacy can benefit your business.
In the first 100 days of a Republican presidency under Trump, Project 2025 talks about sacking thousands of civil servants.
Last month, Sane says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right, like, definitely.
She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
What's your rate?
So a video just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending and upwards.
This is a bid by campaigns to create authenticity at a small scale.
University of Pittsburgh's Sam Woolley studies political influencers.
How can you tell what is a genuine grassroots expression of political opinion versus what's being paid for?
If you see multiple influencers spreading the same exact message, you can start to realize, some kind of coordination is going on.
Next up for Sane, the Democratic National Convention.
They just told us that if we wanted to put on our own show, that they would give us all the resources to do that.
The Democrats are rolling out the red carpet.
Definitely. And I'm glad to be on it.
The beauty influencer now applying her own filter to this presidential campaign. For Eye on America, Jolene Kent, Houston.
There it is.
Pretty disgusting, Shady.
Beyond disgusting. It's beyond disgusting. And did you ever really think, do you guys remember, let's go back to circa 2015, whenever 2016, and the run up for the 2016 election, the news stories about how all the Trump rallies were fake and that all the people that were attending the Trump rallies, Donald Trump was personally paying him? How many news stories were put out there about that? And now we have literal evidence of the Harris-Walz campaign paying influencers to lie and to say things online in support of them, and not a breath.
Wow. And so she's making $3,000 to $10,000, and she's a kid
for a video
on policies that she has no clue on. She's just looking to get more makeup, a new Fendi bag.
So as we're moving through all this, how pervasive it is, and what everything that you are seeing with all this dark money, Jeff give you a really good lead in to show you how you dig into this stuff and how you can generate your own content out there by understanding the deep, because we can't, look at all the stuff that we've dug into. I mean, we literally can't see everything, and there's so much going on out there. I mean, even Jeff, I don't know if you saw this, but I'm going to bring this up real quick since we're on this topic. If you guys didn't see this is going on. So you need to dig into this too. Washington Free Beacon, meet the little known activist group that has tens of thousands of doctors registering patients to vote. From the psychiatric hospitals to the NICU, and interesting where this article is located, many patients at the Pennsylvania Psychiatric Institute in the 89-bed facility affiliated with Penn State suffer from schizophrenia, substance abuse, depression, and bipolar disorder. They cannot complete the activities of daily living in the hospital's inpatient clinic, but they can, during their stay which is often involuntary, patients participate in group counseling, learn strategies for stress management, have their medication adjusted, interact with therapy animals, and they can also partake in a less orthodox therapeutic activity, registering to vote. So this is being funded by the Arabella structure also, guys.
Yeah.
They are coming at every angle.
So I want to take a minute too to do a quick live dig as well. So this is the video that we just watched that are paying influencers. Who's American Bridge, guys? Okay. So let's look at that. Oh, that's David Brock.
Ha!
American Bridge 21st Century is David Brock, guys. Okay. Democracy Alliance. Background. Rising Stars. Brett Kavanaugh confirmation. He was behind all this stuff, guys. The guy is a scumbag and a half. Okay. David Brock. Wow.
Little beaver.
Wow. Let's see. American Bridge, 9 million, 16 million of expenses. Let's see. Independent Foundation, vote rides. We need to dig into that. So what's the next one here, Shady Groove? Let's look at Next Gen America. Next Gen America. So let's go back to influencewatch.org and put Next Gen America, NEXGENAMERICA. Please, guys, start understanding who is doing this, because if we don't understand, let me just see. Did I spell
I think it might have been with a T, right? NEXT?
NEXT, yep.
Okay.
NEXT Gen. Yep. Sorry. So we're doing it live. But, so let's look at this and let's understand. Let's not stop at the PACs. Who funds the PACs? Here's Next Gen America. Wow, here they are, Shady Groove. Let's just see if they have any Arabella ties. They're SEIU, Planned Parenthood. Boy, they really hate Donald Trump, guys. Look at the grants.
And when you say that, they means foreigners.
Yeah.
Foreigners with lots of money.
Yeah. Foreigners.
Not Americans.
Yeah. So this is a financial overview. They've got a lot of money, too. Legal services to help illegal immigrants, guys. These are who oh my God, Shady.
Do you see any Democrat PACs that are organized to help Americans in any form, maybe to get some food to the homeless people, or to do anything productive for our country? Because it seems like every bit of this money is being utilized to destroy our country and to cause the homeless problem and to cause the fentanyl problem and to cause the border problem and to cause the inflation problem.
Why do I have an @Jeff from Poussant?
I don't know.
Okay, so community change. Let's see what this one, influence. Okay, community change voters. There it is. 7 million in federal election support, Democrat and opposed. This is so disgusting, guys.
And it's like the deeper we dig,
here's
the more
George Soros, Katie Groove. There you go. Boom.
There it
4
is.
billionaires. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Pritzker. Oh my God, guys. It's just so disgusting. Wow.
Just imagine what the discourse in America could be without a bunch of foreign people piling money into people's pockets to say things that they don't really think on the internet.
Priorities USA. So am I teaching you guys this? You guys, some of you already know, right? Priorities USA. Let me just make sure I get the full gist of it. Priorities USA action. Okay. Let me put that as one. Priorities USA action. Here they are. This is all dark money, guys. All dark money.
Millions and millions and millions.
And where does that money come from? Foreign billionaires, guys. Wow. So you have 2 of them that are actually funded by Arabella Advisors. My God, guys.
Well, the other one did have New Venture. I think that's what Poussin saw there on the page was the one did have New Venture in it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
New Venture, Next Gen. Okay, thank you, Poussin. Yep. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you see how we've got to cut the strings, and nobody is talking about it, guys. So please go into these posts. I'm going to give you the link to MJ Ultra. Guys, who's going to do the work? Or are we just going to sit around? I'd like to see some people get under there, and I would really appreciate it because I can't do it all myself. JD can, though.
I can do it. I can do it all.
Yeah,
I got
JD
it.
can.
I got you.
See, page 86, they're just doing their job. So sad and scary. It is, and they're getting paid very well for it. Mikey Mariano says, live digs, thank you. Independent, thank you guys for your patience with me and for showing how it's done. You're welcome. 77 Aaron, good afternoon, Patriots. Good afternoon, Aaron. Aaron, we'll call you.
Hey, Aaron.
And Nancy says she's getting under there. Good. You guys, we got to get the Arabella stuff. And remember, mgshow.link/Arabella, all lowercase. You'll get to our whole live dig. I'll even just repost the Arabella thread, guys, just so you guys have it.
I mean, we have a video clip of Donald Trump literally talking about this, saying that the Arabella Advisors Network is public enemy number 1. Within just a couple of minutes, right here in the last, 20 minutes, we've shown you an outline of how you can find this stuff out. And it's also an outline of how the people that are out there that are pretending like that they can't figure out where the money has come from, well, they could use that outline too. And we've been saying this for quite a while. So the silence is getting a little bit deafening for people to still be walking around and pretending that you can't figure it out.
Yeah. And Shady Groove, I just retweeted or re-exed or whatever they call it, reposted my Arabella thread for you all to, glean information. It's not here yet. Hang on. I just reposted it. Maybe they're not allowing it to repost. There it is. Arabella Advisors. So you open that up and it goes into all of it. Haven't you figured it out? It's all a QD code, guys. Maybe that's why they don't want you to know about this because, this puts the machines to shame. This puts everything to shame. The people that are funding the mail-in ballots, the people that are funding everything, CTCL, Mark Zuckerberg, all these people, Zuckerbucks, we can make fun of it. It's not funny. It's Hans-Jörg Wyss as well. It's foreign and domestic billionaires, and it's not funny, and it needs to get out of our country, guys. It's that serious.
It needs to be completely eliminated. This whole layer of the PAC layer and 501c4s and protecting who is donating the money, it needs to be opened up. This is being protected by the IRS, guys. The federal government is protecting this operation.
Yep, good point. Good point, guys.
Because it clearly says in the law you can't be using this money to pass it to 501c3s for political influence. There is not a penny of this that is being spent for something other than political influence.
Yeah. Independent Sentinel. Yes, this is why Flynn got mad, because we had Joe Flynn on our show saying that Flynn's wanted an Arabella-style network. Yes.
Which they built.
They built it.
They built it with each and every one of them. And a lot of people don't realize that all of the content creators that are associated with General Flynn are part of his revenue, raising $100 million revenue plan where his foundation or PAC or whatever it is, he redistributes the money and gives the influencers 10% of whatever that they raise. We were offered that. We walked away from it because we did not want to be associated, and it felt weird. Like, why are you raising money for people for political action and then passing it around to influencers? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Mm. Our stream is stalling and pausing over and over. I don't know, dude. I mean, we get one thing fixed and 5 other things pop up, it seems like. Amazing. I need likes on my post yesterday about Arabella Advisors. This is Christy, I got you a like and I got you a repost. All right. So everybody get over there and help, guys. We need to help each other. Together we win. Okay. I try to get people out there as well. That's the documentary, that's the full documentary that Eddie Mike on his birthday, thank you, he's 24 today, he put this together. And then the thread, and how is this legal? Thank you. This is how we do it. Dark money groups funded by anonymous donors. Even the RNC research isn't telling you what it's from. Let's watch this video, Shady.
Last month, Sunday says she was hired by Protect
it's the same lady.
Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right, definitely.
She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always...
Okay, that's a piece that we already saw. So what was the one that they said this one was, Shady Groove? This was Protect Our Care from this lady. Let's go over to influencewatch.org. This is how you do it, guys. Protect Our Care. Protect Our Care. That sounds nice, doesn't it? It
sounds so soft and innocent.
Here they are right here. They're better known as a lobby preservation for Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. The executive is Brad Woodhouse, a prominent Democratic Party operative, served as American Bridges, 21st Century, United for Change. See, they're all in the same little echo chamber, these guys. Oh, look, Protect Our Care is a project of a 501c4 advocacy group and incubator 1630 Fund, which manages a number of single-issue advocacy front groups. Imagine that. Critics have characterized 1630 Fund as a darker-than-dark money organization targeting Republican political candidates. Do I make myself clear?
You are crystal clear.
Wow. All right. So we kind of went off on a tangent, but I think it was well worth it. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the live dig? Press 47 if you guys like the live dig. Public enemy number 1. Shady, I got to find that clip.
No, nobody is showing you these things for a reason, and we were going to continue. This has been 3 years since we first broke the story about the network of influence that this is perpetuating upon the American people. The psychological operations. These, a lie is effectively a psyop. Okay. And these people are liars. These people that are coming out and saying that, that they think this about Donald Trump. They're not, they don't think that. They're reading it from the piece of paper. The people that say, that they think that the Supreme Court should be expanded. They don't know one damn thing about the Supreme Court. They just want to go along with a talking point. That is the momentum of the media generating the momentum to make it look like you're in the majority. Well, I can tell you very clearly, people, the things that the media are doing right now are not in the majority. I don't care how many stories they make, and I don't care how many times they repeat the same thing over and over.
Zimfa says, no likey, I love. Thank you so much. Now let's listen to Donald J. Trump. Isn't that who we're supporting here?
Yes.
Let's listen.
For the 1630 Fund, which is managed by Arabella Advisors, which is the largest Democrat dark money network in the country and considered public enemy number 1.
Public enemy number 500?
Number 1, Shady, not 500.
Number 1. Got you.
For the 1630...
Sorry about that. Repeat.
He'll do it again.
I'll do it. Let's do it again. Let's make sure we beat it into their heads.
Let's do it. 30 Fund, which is managed by Arabella Advisors, which is the largest Democrat dark money network in the country and considered public enemy #1.
Boom. Wow, shady.
Yeah. And guys, we're going to continue what we just did for the last 30 minutes. We're going to continue doing it. We don't have any other choice. That's the reason that we've come over here to get our information on Facebook. That's the reason we're over on Kick, and we're trying to spread the show out because too many people are pretending like they don't understand the answers to these questions.
And we'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages. Shady Grove, back in 5 minutes. Take a break. We'll be right back.
The MG Show. What real independent journalism looks like. The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20%, and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queens $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
MyPillow is excited to announce they're having their biggest 3-in-1 sale ever, with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88, any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. My Towels are finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first and only time, get their limited edition premium My Pillows made with Giza cotton and a designer gusset. Queens, $17.98. Kings, only $19.98. Also, for a limited time, when your order is over $100, you will receive free shipping plus $100 in free digital gifts. So go to mypillow.com or call 800-873-0478 and use promo code MGSHOW. Use your promo code for the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
the shadows of the deep state game. Q drops clues that set the truth aflame. MG show's got the mic in the matrix and shady groove, unraveling the proof that the normies can't prove. From Trump tweets syncing up just right to headlines hitting like a laser sight. Their pesky little hints bugging the cabal's mind. Lincoln drops the drops, leaving them behind. Oh, those pesky cube proofs they won't let go. Shared on the MG show, stealing the show. From foreign and domestic billionaire foundations to Russia hoax, lies, censorship, and fake decodes. News unlocks the post, the light starts to gleam. Q's clear signal, living the dream. Pesky proofs piling, stacking so high. The great awakening's coming. Wave goodbye. Remember that dropout, the indictment sealed. MG breaks it down, keeps it real. The guide to the spy of resignations in rows. Initials matching up, everybody knows. Whistle blew was revelation, Trump's lawsuit call. Over 50 proof strong, watch the mighty fall. They're annoying the fake news, twisting their tails. They're on rumbling podcasts, the truth never fails. All those pesky Q proofs they won't let go. Shared on the MG show, stealing the show. From foreign and domestic billionaire foundations to Russia hoax, lies, censorship, and fake decodes. News unlocks the post, the light starts to gleam. Q's clear signal, living the dream. Pesky proofs piling, stacking so high. The great awakening's coming. Wave goodbye. Socratic questions pointing the way. Anons worldwide fight in the fray. No more distortion, no media spin. Constitution's the guide, let the battle begin. From 2019 launch to the daily grind. MG's bashing a truth, one of a kind. Pesky, yeah, but they're proving the plan. Dark to light across the land. So tune in at noon ET time, don't miss. MG show sharing those pesky Q twists. The truth is learned, never told, they say. Join the fight and on seize the day. Pesky proofs, yeah, they're here to stay.
Doing well. Go to merch.mg.show. We got the So Shiny shirt. We've got the Trump Fight shirt over there. And we've got the logo shirt and hats over there for you as well, guys. So thank you guys very much. Get your merch today. We're almost out of those fight shirts. So if you're holding off, please try to get one in today or the next week or so. I would say, Shady Groove, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Get them while they're hot.
Get them while they're hot, guys.
His
Right.
hot.
So what we're going to do now is we didn't really talk about stolen valor because I think we wanted to talk about what Trump is calling, public enemy number one. Okay. And that's Arabella Advisors. Your president has called it out as public enemy number one. Do we have our marching orders?
We're supposed to have our marching orders. Yes.
Scottish Anon says, love my shirt. Thank you so much. Sandy Star White got mine. Yeah, we had, just so you know, we had a little bit of an issue with the delivery of the shirts, the fight ones. We had a pre-order. Remember I said it would take a couple days for us to actually get them. And then there was a death in the family, and we had prayers going out for them. So thank you guys kindly for your patience, and we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to Donald Trump. 8 minutes ago, he just posted criminals for Kamala. Let's check it out.
Quick, what do these three criminals all have in common? Edwin Ramos, an illegal immigrant and MS-13 gang member, robbed a pregnant woman, was released, and later brutally gunned down a father and both his sons in San Francisco. Roni Aguilera, an illegal immigrant from Honduras, was arrested, released, and went on to murder a 14-year-old boy with a sword. Alexander Izagir, an illegal immigrant convicted of multiple crimes, was released, given job training by the city, and later robbed the woman in an assault that left her with a fractured skull. What do these criminals all have in common? Each of them was put back on the street by Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has vowed to defund the police, eliminate cash bail, and grant citizenship to millions of unvetted illegal immigrants. These are dangerously liberal policies that benefit illegal immigrants and criminals, not us. These are criminals for Kamala.
Criminals for Kamala, Shady. And let's go a step further, because the NGOs that are helping these criminals are funded by
Arabella Advisors.
Wow.
Your influence, your paid influencers.
Wow, guys. Wow.
You know, I mean, whenever you break this down, like whenever you like kind of just look at the whole thing objectively, think about it. They want to defund the police, and they want to import millions and millions of foreign immigrants, and they want to remove your right to protect yourself. I think it all adds up if you think about it logically.
Oh my gosh. Donald Trump just retruthed one of the best memes I've ever seen. I don't know why I like this one. He just retruthed this. We are living in a pro-criminal atmosphere. It will end on November 5th. Boom! Look at that. DJT retruthed. General news conference at 2 p.m. today at Mar-a-Lago, guys. Radical left lunatics are threatening our judges, our justices, at playing the ref. This is illegal and election interference. They are criminals. They are criminals, guys. Criminals for Kamala. Look at he went on a binge here. I bet some of these people are QAnon followers. Shady Grove, booga booga booga.
I bet you're right.
Booga booga booga. Look at that. Who's voting for the badass ticket in November? I know I am. Trump Vance 2024. And by the way, Shady Groove, where is the investigation from the Secret Service and FBI and Homeland Security?
Nowhere.
Apparently.
Nobody's talking about that anymore.
Huh. Wow.
The post that you just made there, or that you just talked about, I wanted to show you guys this one from Adam. Where is he? Here he goes. Adam Kinzinger says, Donald Trump's attack on the governor of Georgia proves to us, 1, he's a trembling child, incapable of controlling his emotions. 2, he's insane. 3, he is scared. What a whiny, weak loser. And this, the official Tatum posted, Trump got shot and didn't cry. You cried over a protest. Don't ever use the word weak again, especially about a man you have to mention daily to stay relevant.
That's awesome.
That's a great comment.
That's awesome. Look at this. Trump retruthed this Patriot for Life here, saying Democrats are paying people to show up at their so-called rallies. Actors needed. Phoenix Convention Center, $15 an hour, 2 to 11 p.m.
Be there, be square.
Duties include protest activity and holding signs that are anti-Trump, minorities welcome and needed. Looking for about 500 spots, guys. $15 an hour.
Sounds like DEI hire.
Wow. It sounds like, just buying it, Shady Grove. They don't. Have you ever been? Has anyone? I've never been paid to go to a Trump rally.
I've never been paid to go to a Trump rally.
Man, I'm trying to get down to. Look at him. He went on a reposting spree.
A bender.
Love it. He went on a bender. Because he wants us to watch a bunch of videos as well, and they're down here. Let me just get some of this. Okay, let's get down here. So he wanted us to, and I'm going to start with Jesse because he reposted Jesse and Ingram Angle. But let's just start with Jesse because I like Jesse, and Jesse likes me. So Dems roll out the most radical ticket yet, Shady Grove.
Understatement.
Understatement of the year. And here we go. Whoop. Sorry, hang on. Let me do it this way, guys, because you have
social.
Welcome to Jesse Waters Prime Time tonight.
I spent 25 years in the Army. We can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at.
As soon as the shots were fired in Iraq, he turned and ran the other way and hung his hat up and quit.
Walz lied about his military service. A stolen valor investigation.
If he would have went to Iraq, he'd still be hiding under his desk over there.
Niman Hama, Governor Tim Walz here. Happy Chinese New Year. Gong hei fa zoi.
The Chinese and Kamala's VP. A shocking report.
Mind your own damn business.
Have they give you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great.
How long can Harris hide?
You about to find out.
Plus,
I'm coming to tear your kingdom down!
She seems nice.
She seems like a nice person. And that's Cori Bush, guys. Remember we found when they were changing like from Republican or Democrat to Republican in the primaries to vote for Nikki Haley? That was a dark money fund. They also, that same fund wanted to get Cori Bush out as well. So she did something to the foreign and domestic billionaires that they didn't like. Interesting.
Democrats must be losing this election by a landslide.
And thank you, Lincoln Logger. Primary Pivot was the name of the group. Remember that, Shady? Primary Pivot.
Yep. That's right.
And we stumbled upon the anti-Cori Bush page. Interesting.
Because they're trying to brainwash you into believing their ticket is Jackie Onassis and John Wayne. The CIA's propaganda organ, the New York Times, writes this about Kamala Harris. Are you ready? She marshals an arched brow, a studied hand flip, and carefully curated sentences. Her wave is controlled, her eyes always fixed on a distant point, her movements smooth. The last time the Times slobbered over a politician this blatantly, Chris Matthews got a thrill up his leg.
She was John Wayne last night. She was a leader. And she was clear that she was the boss. To speak to that room as if she owned it, she was the MC of that room.
Laying on the flattery this thick, it kind of even makes Kamala uncomfortable. Even I don't like it when people kiss my butt that much. I'm looking at you, Gutfeld. There's rumors that Walz may not make it to the convention. You can see how hard the media is straining to lift this guy. As of 48 hours ago, they hated Middle America, avoided it like the Ebola virus, and mocked it as an ignorant backcountry. They're now praising the old white man from Minnesota as a relatable blue-collared family guy with a folksy charm.
All-American definition of a man from middle America. High school teacher, football coach.
He has this folksy, personal, informal vibe that has really appealed to a lot of Democrats.
He's a kind of a folksy guy, very friendly, nice guy.
They're totally approachable. You get the feeling that he's got plenty of neighbors that wear MAGA hats, and he picks up their paper and brings it to their front door, and they're his friends.
Walz has an ability to be, I know one person said cuddly.
Cuddly. Now, when the media calls you folksy, it means they think you're a hick who can trick other hicks into voting Democrat. They're just trying to use Walz's hick bait to lure white dudes for Kamala into their net. So what if he hunts? He wants to take away your guns. What kind of friendly guy castrates 6-year-olds? Coach Walz, where are the tampons? I don't think football coaches stock tampons in the boys' locker rooms. Tampon Tim spent his honeymoon in China, which Chinese intelligence paid for. More on that later in the show. Walz is a hoax. He's not middle-of-the-road, moderate, all-American dad. This is who he says he is.
Governor Walz, are you a progressive or are you a centrist?
I'm a progressive.
Trump's running against a woke woman and a progressive VP named Tampon Tim, who deserted his army unit and lied about his rank. Minnesota Nuts is such a control freak. Well, maybe he learned it the 30 times he went to China. He doesn't think the First Amendment guarantees free speech. Watch this.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
Makes perfect sense why you set up COVID snitch lines during lockdowns so you can rat your neighbor out for walking his dog. Timmy's the kind of neighbor who calls the cops if your music's too loud. He didn't protect Minneapolis when it was barbecued by Black Lives Matter, because I have friends in Minneapolis who were terrified that their homes were going to be invaded. They had kids at home, fires burning all night long. You guys text us every night from Minnesota telling us you had to move out, and most of you went to Florida. The media has inflated this guy's resume like he inflated his own. Walz never went to war. He never saw combat. He was never in a war zone. But for years, he's been claiming otherwise.
I spent 25 years in the Army and I hunt. We can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have reciprocal carry among states. And we can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at.
Walz never carried weapons in war. He's lying. And he's been giving reporters the impression that he's been a combat vet for years. Bloomberg putting out a piece saying Walz served, quote, in Iraq as part of Operation Enduring Freedom. Walz never went to Iraq. And Bloomberg had to retract it. Walz put out a campaign press release claiming he was a veteran of Operation Enduring Freedom, claiming he served on the ground in Afghanistan. He never served in Afghanistan. Walz told The Atlantic he just returned from fighting in the war on terrorism. Walz never fought anywhere. He abandoned his unit, left his battalion hanging right before he was supposed to deploy to Iraq.
I was like, well, for Pete's sake, if this guy quit, if I say I'm not going to do it, I mean, what the hell kind of leadership is that? If a company would say that we're going to deploy to Iraq or somewhere and you're going to be gone for whatever amount of time, and then the foreman just says, no, I'm not going. I mean, what does that say to the 500 people that work in that factory? He was a congressman. He bragged that he was a command sergeant, retired command sergeant major. I'm the highest ranking person ever in the House, and all this lie that he was telling. And there was lots of public, lots of cards coming in the mail, for him to be elected. They said right on there he's a retired command sergeant major, just tooting his own horn, just hanging on the coattails of people that actually are command sergeant majors that went through all the process and put all the time in. Stolen valor is really what it is. I don't know of anybody else that's done what he's done, but we called it the truth about Tim Walz.
Walz ditched his unit, got demoted, lied about his rank, and lied about fighting overseas. And Kamala Harris chose him to be a heartbeat away from commander-in-chief. This is devastating to the Democrat ticket. Republicans and Democrats, every American, physically revolted by men who lie about their service. Did Kamala vet the so-called vet? It's the only decision she's ever made in the last 4 years, and she chose a Chinese honeymooning, Army unit abandoning, child castrating, defund the police progressive with the nickname Tampon Tim. Maybe they did vet him, and they're so detached from mainstream America they didn't think this would matter. Or maybe they just thought the media would cover it up. Or maybe Eric Holder's trying to sabotage the ticket. Obama's wingman was in charge of vetting this guy. Remember when the media thought JD Vance was a problem? As far as we know, JD Vance didn't hand out tampons to little boys or let a city burn on national TV for 4 days. JD joined the Marines after 9/11 and deployed to Iraq. He actually brought back medals.
You know what really bothers me about Tim Walz as a Marine who served his country in uniform? When the United States Marine Corps, when the United States of America asked me to go to Iraq to serve my country, I did it. I did what they asked me to do it, and I did it honorably, and I'm very proud of that service. When Tim Walz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the Army and allowed his unit to go without him. I wonder, Tim Walz, when were you ever in war? What was this weapon that you carried into war, given that you abandoned your unit right before they went to Iraq, and he has not spent a day in a combat zone? What bothers me about Tim Walz is the stolen valor garbage. Do not pretend to be something that you're not.
This is the biggest political scandal in America today, and Walz won't answer any questions about it. Instead, he's hiding behind Girl Scouts.
Governor, Vance accused you of stolen valor. Your response? Governor! Governor, Vance accused you of stolen valor. Your response?
Tim AWOL and Hayden Harris, what a couple. JD Vance strolled over to Kamala's tarmac in Wisconsin this afternoon to shame the press for participating in this pathetic cover-up.
I figured I'd come by and, one, just get a good look at the plane, because hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months. But I also thought you guys might get lonely because the vice president doesn't answer questions from reporters and hasn't for 17 days. Have they given you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that she changes her mind because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with a teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See ya.
Kamala picked a lying weirdo to be VP after she found out her husband Doug got the nanny pregnant. And they're using Girl Scouts as human shields. And the media has to run a 91-day cover-up operation to get them out of the mess they're in. Didn't earn the nomination, stole her president's war chest since waltzing around the country with a Chinese cutout who lied about serving in Iraq. While the media calls them joyful, jolly old middle-of-the-road patriots. This is the stupidest campaign I've ever seen. It's not even a real campaign. It's like they're pretending to campaign. What kind of Democrat's afraid of the media? When you're a Democrat and you're in trouble, you run to the media so they can save you. Things have to be so bad that they know the media won't save them. It'll only make it worse. Kamala is running a basement campaign without the COVID excuse or the age. And since she's too scared of interviews, she's paying people to say nice things about her. Watch.
Last month, Sunday says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right,
Like,
definitely. She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
What's your rate?
So a video just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending and upwards.
$10,000 to read Democrat talking points. It's what CNN calls journalism. This cannot last.
Wow. And Jesse, that group is financed by foreign and domestic billionaires. Hans-Jörg Wyss, Pierre Omidyar, George Soros, and then you've got, Zuckerberg, you've got Bill and Melinda Gates, Bill Gates. Guys, this has got to be exposed. Jesse, come on, man. Please, can you talk about it, or does Paul Ryan have that much of a leash on you? Which he could. I don't know, Shady.
We're more than willing to come talk about it so you don't have to.
Yeah. Wow, Shady. The Global Alliance for Responsible Media is discontinuing after its Elon Musk and X filed an antitrust lawsuit against it.
So that's the global advertising that has basically engineered the ability to prevent advertisers on certain platforms like Rumble and X, GARM, GARM, which is a more than likely a Arabella funded structure at some particular point. But they've been eliminating the ability for people to advertise. And Elon and Rumble filed lawsuit against them, I believe, yesterday. And it looks like they've made this announcement today.
Yeah, it's Global Alliance for Responsible Media. I did a quick little dig, Shady Groove, and just saw where they were from. It's like a WEF type thing, but for advertisers, the WEA. But yes, again, global equals billionaires, foreign billionaires, guys. Exactly.
And the reality that they're manipulating multinational corporations that do media here in America.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, you're basically saying right there that if you don't agree with the foreign billionaires, then you aren't going to be allowed to advertise.
Nope. And they got my account, Shady Groove. Ritz Crackers, MGM, and others. Media Matters did a hit on me and used my account as to why Ritz and MGM should not advertise on X. So I'm actually part of this. We're part of this, guys.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I can't believe that they walked away so easy. I mean, we saw that this was all going down yesterday, but it goes to show how fake it all is. I mean, it really does. I mean, if you were a legitimate organization that was concerned about misinformation or advertisers that shouldn't or shouldn't be on, or you were doing everything right, then you shouldn't have any, there shouldn't be any reason why you can't defend yourself.
That's right. All right, so here we go. We're going to continue on Donald Trump's truth. Walz, I'm sure he doesn't have any connections with China, does he, Shady?
He can speak Chinese, so there's that.
We're learning a lot more about Tim Walz's Chinese connections. Last night, we told you he's visited China 30 times over the last few decades. He went to China for the first time in '89 through a government program sponsored by Harvard. And when he came back, he spread Chinese propaganda. Quote, I was treated exceptionally well. They are such kind, generous, capable people, and they just gave and gave and gave to me. Going there was one of the best things I've ever done. Walz loved his time in China so much, he got married on the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre because he always wanted to remember the date. For his honeymoon, he went back to China, and he took his high school students with him, which would usually cramp your style on a honeymoon, but to each his own. He started a travel company that would send him to China with a bunch of American students every year, and his trips were funded by the Chinese government. Local Chinese kids knew Walz. They called him the big-nosed one and foreign devil. But Walz swears those weren't insults. He loves it when little Chinese boys make fun of him. He spent so much time in China, he learned the language. Listen.
Niman Hama, Governor Tim Walz here. Happy Chinese New Year. This spring festival is a time to welcome and celebrate the new year with a smile and let the fortune and happiness continue. Please remember to practice social distancing and wear a mask as you celebrate. Hey, Fatsoi.
Walz still has deep connections to the Chinese. In 2019, he delivered a keynote address to the Chinese Friendship Organization, a group with deep ties to Chinese intel. Did the Harris campaign know about this? How can a guy visit China 30 times and pal around with Chi-Coms and have Chinese money change hands, and you say to yourself, I want that guy in the Situation Room with me? This is the second time in a row Democrats have tried to install a guy with China ties inside the White House. And the media isn't digging into this because, just like with the China virus, they're afraid of being called racist. Peter Schweitzer is the president of the Government Accountability Institute. How suspicious are you of this Walz-China relationship, Peter?
Well, we're basically 48 hours into this, Jesse, and it's already quite disconcerting. Because what I would say the key component here is not just his ties to China, but his ties to the Chinese Communist Party. As you point out, he had this student exchange program. It was funded by the Chinese government. All exchanges by the Chinese government are managed by the CCP. And if you look at some of the local news reporting in the Midwest of students who attended that program, they explain how Walz told them that they were to, quote unquote, downplay their Americanness when they visited China, which is an odd thing to say if you're engaging in cultural exchange. I mean, you wouldn't say to a Chinese national coming to the United States, downplay your Chinese nature. So, this has all the hallmarks of a close association with the CCP. As you pointed out, he gave a speech in 2019 to a known United Front group that's linked to Chinese intelligence. We also know that when he was inaugurated as governor of Minnesota, he invited Chinese diplomats to attend those events. And then you've got the issue of these Chinese police stations that we've heard about. You've reported on them. There's 7 of them in the United States, these illegal police stations that are designed to intimidate Chinese nationals in the United States. One of them is in the Twin Cities. And it's actually run by an entity that is allied with something called Minnesota Global, which is a pro-Walz organization. Now, Governor Walz has denounced the police department in the Twin Cities for their brutality. He's done nothing about this unofficial Chinese police station. It just shows the willingness he will go to appease the Chinese government.
I have no evidence of this, but let's look at it the other way. This is Harvard. This is an Army guy. And they send him over there for, 30 times? Maybe he's U.S. intelligence. Maybe he's not Chinese intelligence. Maybe the U.S. is sending him over there. Did you ever consider that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would put that on the zilch level, the zilch scale. There's no way that's the case. And Jesse, the thing about it is you look at his statements on China, his defenders will say, oh, well, he raises issues of human rights in China. He really doesn't. He'll talk about an occasional case, but he engages in this ridiculous moral equivalence. On the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre, when he was on the floor of Congress, when he was serving, he brought this up. He said, yeah, the Tiananmen Square massacre happened, but every country has done this sort of thing. And he brought up Wounded Knee in the United States. Now, in Wounded Knee, 38 Native Americans were butchered in 1863, and it became a national disgrace. In Tiananmen Square, 10,000 Chinese nationals were butchered. And in fact, the president of China now, President Xi's wife, who's a famous singer in China, she actually serenaded the troops after the massacre, applauding them for what they had done. So to equate the two and say somehow that Wounded Knee is like Tiananmen Square is a ridiculous comparison, and he knows better.
Yeah, and got married on the date of Tiananmen Square. Unbelievable. I mean, both incidents despicable, but not comparable. Great.
Yep, that was right. He got married on Tiananmen Square anniversary date, and then they went to China for their honeymoon, Shady.
Play down your Americanism, Jeff.
Mm.
I mean, can you just imagine? Like, I can't even imagine someone saying that to me. You know, like if you're representative, if you're an elected representative, play down your Americanism. Well, you're literally elected to represent America. It's one thing if you're like the head of a corporation or something where you can, you know, you're multinational, so you're in many different countries. But the idea of an elected politician in America being told by the CCP to play down your Americanism, and he bows his head. He says, "Oh yeah, okay. Where's that check?"
Unbelievable. So I think we get the gist. He's got some, you know, posts with Sean Hannity, but I'm not, you know, it's basically, he goes over the record here. That might be interesting. Let me just see how long this is.
A lot of stuff was a little bit the same. I had to mute Hannity last night.
Yeah, I do the same. So I like Jesse. And there was another Jesse one where, you know, we covered it yesterday. Remember when we got, we played the tape yesterday of the snitch line. So Jesse went into that as well. He also did the cozy, or the, what was it? Fluffy? Comfy?
Cuddly.
Cuddly. Oh, God. So
I mean, does that really seem cuddly? A guy that will go to the Chinese Communist Party for his honeymoon and wedding, and a guy that will capitulate and play down his Americanism? I wonder if all the students he took there were told to play down their Americanism, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something weird going on.
This thing that he's reporting on about the police precincts, you know, that's another layer of this stuff that the media won't talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Shady, it was funny. The Team Trump on Twitter actually retweeted Keith Kellogg, General Kellogg, Shady Grove,
right?
And I had already retweeted him as well. They hate Keith Kellogg, don't they?
Man, I'm telling you, boy, I made that post by Keith Kellogg last night on Truth Social and over there on Twitter. And man, oh man, talk about getting hot and heavy.
So here's Keith Kellogg on Fox. Let's play him.
So many of these
Let's do it.
That they fund in command. Look, I got a deep inside look at this when I sat down with former President Donald Trump, who now, as you know, is the nominee, is getting national security advisories, that classified material. I was with him on July 13th, just a few hours before the assassination attempt on him. And I want to show as much of that interview. It was 90 minutes. I want to show as much as I can. We talked in detail about the war in Israel and the threat from Iran.
This is money that came from Iran, and they fed Hamas, they feed all these terror groups, Hezbollah. Iran was broke when I was president. They were broke. There was no terror. There were no attacks. Take a look. You can check the facts. I wanted to talk about it so badly, like 3 years in, I wanted to say, you know, we've gone 3 years with no attack. But I didn't want to do that because then the next day there's an attack. And all of a sudden,
they use it against you.
But here's the thing. Iran was broke. They are the purveyor. They are the ones that finance terror. They finance terror. If China bought from Iran oil, which they were buying a lot, I said, that's okay, you can buy, but you're not doing any more business in the United States. We go cold turkey, no more. And I'm going to put tariffs on China. They said, we'll pass. They didn't buy anything. Other countries didn't buy anything. Iran was broke. They had no money. Now they have $300 billion. And by the way, the biggest thing, is they're developing a nuclear weapon. And when they have
Do you think they're close based on what you know?
I think they're very close. I think Biden has done nothing to stop it. I think that will go down as possibly the worst thing they've done. You know, they've allowed Iran to do some really bad things, but Iran is rich now. Iran was broke with me. They had no money for Hamas. There were stories about it. When I left, Iran was broke. Now, I don't want them to be broke. I just want them not to have a nuclear weapon. Very simple. I would have made a deal with them. I would have had a deal with them done so fast. Within 1 week of the election, I would have had a deal done. Just like I will make a deal between Russia and Ukraine as president-elect before I take office.
I mean, there is so much there in the terms of policy and planning. What do you see from what he said? What do you take away?
Yeah, I take away boldness and action. That's what I take away. I was really privileged to serve with Donald J. Trump in the White House for 4 years. And, you know, at the end of his...
Wait, what did he say? I was privileged to serve with Donald J. Trump in the White House for 4 years? Not 23 days, Shady? Can you hear me, Shady?
Hey, yeah, I got you.
So General Keith Kellogg just said, I proudly served with Donald J. Trump in the White House for 4 years, not 23 days.
4 years.
4 years. Okay. And we get attacked by talking about this book, and I don't even get paid to talk about it because it's that good. It's called War by Other Means. Chapter 8 is called Out Like Flynn. You guys need to read it. They do not like when you bring this in their face. They hate it.
They absolutely do hate it because it upends their narrative, the narrative that they inserted around the Q movement.
Wow. So chapter 8 is called Out Like Flynn. Okay. And that chapter, we read it live here. You can find it maybe possibly, but let's keep going. Let's go back and listen to General Keith Kellogg, the real general that helped Donald J. Trump throughout the 4 years in his White House.
What do you see from what he said? What do you take away?
Yeah, I take away boldness and action. That's what I take away. I was really privileged to serve with Donald J. Trump in the White House for 4 years. And, you know, at the end of his administration, the last State of the Union address, when he went before the Joint House of Congress, he said very clearly, if you attack an American, your life is forfeit. He didn't say if you kill, he said if you attack it. And everybody knew that, so they backed away from us. They had respect and they had fear. And I really believe when he says things like that, those things are going to happen because adversaries and allies alike will realize he means business. This administration doesn't have that. They don't have the will, they don't have the force, and they don't have the respect of anybody in the world that they're going to use it. And I see what's happening today, and it's frustrating. And you mentioned our great young men and women in uniform. The fact that we had American service members wounded in action recently, and nobody said a word about it. And the president hasn't said a word about it. He hasn't got in front of the American people and said a word about it. Kamala Harris hasn't said a word about it.
But they never do.
That is disgraceful. It shouldn't happen.
But they never do. I mean, we have been hit so many times, specifically after October 7th. And they never do. We'll hear a drip, drip about this number of people were wounded, this sort of thing. But a direct conversation from this White House, we'll wait.
Wow.
And so go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, the reason why Kamala Harris doesn't have any policies or anything to that effect is because they still want to raise money from the foreign and domestic billionaires. They still need to get money in there. They want to get another $200 million they want. That's what they want. $200 million to put in their coffers before they put her in front of the camera and actually say something. And they don't want to tell you the policies because they may not get the donors. I don't know. But I think it's a wait and see game for Kamala. It's 18 days, Shady, since she's going for the whatever. She hasn't even been nominated yet, but she's going for the president. This soft coup against Biden. There could be something happening at the DNC that Biden's going to challenge. It's not over.
Two things. One, on that last point you just made, Dan Scavino post last night. Hearing Biden wants back in the race after finally taking some time to realize what his friends did to him, leading up to his dropout letter posted via X on Sunday afternoon. Very interesting post. That's now two communications, one from Scavino and one from Trump, that act like he's not going to back down, or that Biden might step up. But on the Kellogg front, I want to read those posts that Donald Trump posted. I've got them here. I don't know if you have the link to them, Jeff, but I've got them here. I want to read these that you posted. Statement by Donald Trump, 45th President of the United States. General Keith Kellogg has written a sweeping and powerful account of the Trump presidency. He spent 4 years with me in the White House and in the 2016 campaign for the presidency. His narrative is factual and indisputable. Unlike other fakers and slime balls that write fictional books without knowing me or virtually anything about me, the general knew me and my administration well, and he was there for every major national security decision. Finally, we have a real and inside account of our very successful 4 years, an incredible read published today. I strongly recommend this important book that will set a historic standard. Go get War by Other Means by General Kellogg. It's really good. That was statement number 1 by Donald Trump. Statement number 2, what a great honor it is for me to receive a powerful endorsement from the very highly respected General Keith Kellogg, a true warrior, all caps, who was in the Trump administration from the beginning. He knew the ins and outs and the people perhaps better than anybody. Keith worked directly with Vice President Pence, so endorsing me could not have been an easy decision to make. But for true warriors, not tough. Thank you, Keith. P.S. The general wrote a great book, War by Other Means. Get it. That is directly from Donald Trump about Keith Kellogg. So it's very funny whenever we post, like yesterday, I made the post, I reposted that post from Keith Kellogg, and a whole slew of psyopers were right there immediately to swarm and act like I'm doing something wrong for posting General Keith Kellogg.
That's right. And so that was on 8/8 of 2023, correct, Shady? That was actually a year ago, wasn't it?
That was 8/8 of 2023 exactly, Jeff. And that happens to be on the anniversary. Today's the 9-year anniversary of Roger Stone being fired and the 1-year anniversary of that post.
But. So 8/8 of 2023 is the cover that we needed from President Trump to actually tell you the truth about this, guys. Okay?
That was a year ago.
It was a year ago today. Here's an excerpt from the book. So basically, last night I met with Bannon and Reince. Reince asked if I would like to be appointed as the national security advisor and not just acting capacity. I told him, of course, I would, but it was up to the president. I added that they did Trump no favors unless they found someone who was completely compatible with him in terms of policy, personality, and the ability to take the heat. After what had happened with Mike Flynn, they had to get this one right. Mike had violated the trust of both the president and the vice president. They needed to find someone who could regain that trust.
Trust that was lost. Trust that General Flynn degraded himself.
He lied.
He lied.
You're fired. 23 days.
And here we are 4.5 years later with everybody screaming and yelling at me, literally up to the moment that Donald Trump picked JD Vance. And interestingly enough, General Flynn and crew don't like that guy, which I can't find one reason why I don't like JD Vance.
They campaigned. So Trump went behind JD Vance and Flynn went behind some other
Mandel or something, right?
Whatever his name is. Yeah.
Mandel or something.
Mandel, Model, whatever. But I'm telling you guys, you got a wolf in the sheep house, guys.
Right? That's a fox in the hen house, Jeff.
Is that what it is? Not a wolf in the sheep house?
That might work too.
I like making my own.
I think that works. We can go with that.
All right. So Rick Scott was recently on Fox News talking about the possible upheaval at the Dem convention. Let's check this out.
Immigrants that should never be here? Don't they worry about a terrorist attack against Democrats? Because it just doesn't make any sense. There's no logic. This is the most radical ticket we've ever had probably in this country's history. And so we all have to do what Trump said. We need to swamp them in November. We need to get out and vote and get all of our friends to vote.
I want to share this with you in the audience. House Judiciary Republicans have released a report on this illegal immigrant from Venezuela with suspected gang ties. He's been released by the Biden-Harris administration, and that happened in January of last year. The report says in the 6 months after he was released, he committed 22 fresh crimes in New York City, including assault, menacing, and criminal possession of a weapon. House Republicans call it an example of the administration's failures, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They even put out a video. The crisis is terrorizing American communities, was the tagline there. The congressional report said it was unclear if he had been removed from the U.S., going back to that Venezuelan illegal border crossing.
Get raped. It's going to be a more. They go commit these crimes in New York because they know nothing's going to happen to them. You know, when Walz didn't put looters and rioters in prison, I mean, there's no. If the Democrats continue, there's no accountability. It's just going to get worse. More people are going to die. More people are going to get hurt. More girls are going to get raped. It's going to be a more dangerous place.
I have to ask you, because there's so many things happening at once, and a lot of it centers on how we hold our sovereignty at both our borders, by the way. I mean, I give southern border numbers. We can add in the northern ones, and we probably should. What keeps you up at night right now?
I sent a text to my daughters the other day, and I said, you guys need to just be careful what's going on in the world. Look at all the crimes that are coming from people who cross their southern border illegally. Look at the riots that are going on in England right now. Look at the fact that Iran didn't go back and attack Israel. They attacked our troops, and we did nothing. This is not a normal time. Elections are being stolen like in Venezuela. So this is a scary time. This is the scariest time in my lifetime of what's going on. When the director of the FBI says we have terror cells all across our country. I told my family, you need to just be careful. This is a dangerous time in our country, and you need to watch out what's happening.
You know, you talk about the elections in Venezuela. There's so much going on from that particular nation. We need another hour to talk about it. And I'm wondering now, with the gangs, so on and so forth, how that affects America. But we'll get into it another day. I haven't heard a conversation yet with national security that doesn't mention Venezuela. All right. The DNC virtually confirmed Vice President Harris. They had a roll call by Zoom. And it says the party's White House nominee is trying to really get out there right now. That happened on Monday. The next day, she tapped Governor Walz as her number two. JD Vance says drama could still unfold at the DNC convention.
Here's my offer to Kamala Harris. If she'd like to do a debate with me on August 13th, I'll do it, right? We should do that, right? I don't think she wants to anymore because, one, she probably doesn't even know that she's going to be the Democratic nominee. We'll see if the Democrats pull a bait and switch on Tim Walz or on Kamala Harris, just like they did with Joe Biden.
Look, that would make Democrats really seem in more disarray and chaos. And we haven't had in 18 days a news conference or a sit-down interview with Kamala Harris, and she wants to be in the White House.
The threat to democracy. Harris did not go through the primaries. She was just chosen.
It's a coronation.
It's just a coronation, and now the left-wing media is all on board. She got better all of a sudden. You know, I heard that she's going to say she's never met Joe Biden. Wasn't the vice president.
Not possible.
But think about it. She without the borders are. She says she was never responsible. What a joke.
Let me ask you this: do you have any concerns at this point about who's handling our foreign policy?
Oh, absolutely. Biden.
All right. So interesting. So JD Vance also came out. So now you got Scavino, Trump, and Vance all coming out saying that there's going to be something going on, possibly. There's a movement to get Joe back in. Interesting. We got to see what's going to happen. How do you attempt to sneak one in? What is this going to be, Shady?
We're going to be streaming the Democratic National Convention live.
We are?
We are.
Are we going to do Trump's conference at 2?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know. Is it around here somewhere?
I'm not sure where it is.
Should we stay, guys? It's up to you guys.
I
don't know, Shady. I saw you.
Might catch up with that tomorrow.
I saw you yawning.
I know. I did yawn.
I saw it.
Yeah. Don't be. Why do you have to tell everybody that? Nobody else saw that.
I saw it.
Yeah, but you don't have to tell anybody. You want me to tell them what I saw you do? Oh, I got a whole list over here.
I mean, the nose.
So shiny.
And all that. I mean, we got so much more. We'll do that for tomorrow because I actually had to get mom really early. She did a sleep study for all that. But let me just end with this, Shady Grove. This is something that's interesting. Top gaming streamer who goes by FaZe Ronaldo exposed Kamala Harris for calling him and requesting that she do a stream with Harris. Check this out, guys.
I will tell you one thing. Kamala Harris, stop hitting my team, you and the Secret Service, to do a stream. I am not doing a stream with any politicians, bro. Yo, Secret Service, stop hitting my fucking team.
Look for the sub.
I'm not doing any stream, bro. Stop. I will tell you one thing.
They must be pestering the hell out of that kid.
Yeah, I mean, my God. And that guy is probably a millionaire, that kid. And here we are struggling to even, make ends meet. Gotta love it, Shady.
Yeah, well, at least we're telling the truth, my friend. At least we're telling the truth.
And I wouldn't change anything for anything. And thank you guys for everything. And by the way, guys, tomorrow, bigger truth, okay? We've got bigger truth coming in here tomorrow to talk about a bunch of things. There's a lot going on right now in Scott McMahon's world. We're going to catch up with him. It's called Bigger Truth. Scott McMahon right there, Bigger Truth, exposing the information warfare targeting conservatives. Let's just kind of look at this stuff. This is how all the characters relate to Tina Peters. Look, he's kind of figuring stuff out, guys. Look at that. Wow. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Ivan Ranklin tomorrow, Shady Groove, I think, who used to pester us to be on his show, and we said no. We're going to talk about this Maricopa GOP is another censuring spree. Apparently, Shelby Bush had an issue with their Maricopa Anti-Republican Committee cult, who spent about 5.5 hours on Monday's monthly meeting complaining about heroes who stopped Shelby's plot to take over the convention from the floor. Guys, this is going to be interesting, guys. Very interesting. Instead of, doing what they should be doing is helping get Trump win, they're worried about who's who and what's what, Shady Grove.
Imagine that. Again, we have Arizona corruption.
Yeah, imagine that. Arizona corruption. And, are people operators, Shady Grove? I don't know.
Operator? You saying I'm an operator?
Operator. I'm going to take my shirt off now, Shady.
Oh, please do.
Oh, my God. Thank you guys on Facebook. I'm going to end the live stream. Say goodbye to Facebook, Shady.
Much love, Facebook. Let's go.
Let's get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thank you guys so much. And, it's just interesting. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow. Scott, we're going to actually have a call with him a little bit later today, Shady, and we're going to see what he's got. I think we're going to have a really nice conversation. And, again, we are journalists, and we're going to cover the news. And this is news, and it's actually big news because it's kind of around the same. How much money have we given to all these entities and nothing got done?
Well, they did something get done, Jeff. They found another 250,000 votes for Biden.
Wow. Isn't that great?
So there was one thing that got done.
You just can't make it up, can you?
You cannot make it up.
Can't make it up. And with that, Shady Grove, we're going to get out of here. Let me just cue this up. So say goodbye to everybody while I get this queued up.
Much love to all of you wonderful, great patriots out there. Today is August the 8th. We are less than 3 months to the big day. Please, if you can, get up, get out, get involved, become a poll watcher, contact the RNC. If you're interested, they are talking to people. I'm hearing many, many good things about that the RNC are communicating with people, and they're willing to listen as well as speak to you, which is kind of refreshing.
And let's not forget, we're here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to make America great again, Shady Groove.
So, shiny.
But you ain't away.
See you guys tomorrow. Here we go. We'll do it live.
Make America great again. I don't recognize her at all. Streets are full of drugs and illegals. It's time to finish that wall and make America great again. You might be woke, but you ain't awake. I'm madder than hell, I want her back. They took more than I can take. Make America great again. this country, love this land, but we spiral. Gotta give her back to God and the Bible. Need a red, white, and blue revival. Make America great again. Dirty politics will put you on trial. Try to take our free speech and our rifles. Turn a red wave to a tidal. Make America great again. Make America great again. Inflation's wrecking our pay. The border's wide open and our vets need help, but we turning them away. Make America great again. Yeah, back to United States, where your word means something and your dollar means more, and we ain't messing around with other countries' war. Love this country, love this land, but we spiral. Gotta give her back to God and the Bible. Need a red, white, and blue revival. Make America great again. Dirty politics will put you on trial. Try to take our free speech and our rifles. Turn a red wave to a tidal. Make America great again. Make America great again. Great again. Woo! Yeah, we're living on a prayer. God, come save this country, get us out of this nightmare, and make America great again. Love this country, love this land, but we spiraled. Gotta give her back to God and the Bible. Need a red, white, and blue revival. Make America great again. Dirty politics will put you on trial. Try to take our free speech and our rifles. Turn a red wave to a tidal. Make America great again. Make America great again. America great again. Make America great again.
That's right. That's what we do right here on the MG Show. www.mg.show. Boom.